Okay, so Manchester City. We're going to talk about their season ahead of them. Now, a lot of people are talking about Manchester City's potential fifth Premier League title in a row, and that every year people seem to either predict Man City to win the league convincingly, or there's a drop off. Always there's a drop off. There's no in between. It's either they're going to completely drop off or they'll win it by a landslide. I don't think that's going to happen this year. I think first of all, last year I thought they'd win the league. Actually, I think the last 4 years I've predicted Man City to win the league, and they have. They've gone on four in a row, and even though Arsenal have pegged them close, you have to say that they have deserved every single one of their league titles, and they're a wonderful team. But they've got a lot of haters. They've got a lot of haters because of the 115 charges. And always with Man City, I feel like there's been a bit of a grey area with their success, that they're almost like the new kids on the block. And 12 years later, they've nearly been one of the most successful Premier League teams in the last 20 years. If anything, they probably have. So, question is, are Man City going to drop off next year? Everyone says they are. I disagree. Every time I disagree. Man City have still got wonderful players. Edison's been linked with a move away, but I think he'll stay. De Bruyne is staying. Alvarez might leave, but they've still got a wonderful squad. And I think the football they've played over the last 8 years under Pep Guardiola has been staggering. You know, they get written off every year and they always deliver. You know, always those last 5 or 6 games towards the end of the season, they always come up trumps. And I think I'd like to hope that when Pep leaves, they'll get the respect they deserve, and no one's going to talk about the Chargers in terms of Pep's legacy, because I think what Pep's done at Man City is just, regardless of the Chargers, they've still spent similar amounts of money to Man United, and they've done what they've done whilst United haven't. So, you know, I think you still need to praise the wonderful teams, but there's no denying that the 115 charges is going to be a topic of discussion once again. And who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? Who knows if they're guilty? Who knows if they're not? Who knows if they'll even be punished if they're guilty? There's something dodgy. It's very dodgy that Nottingham Forest and Everton get punished and Man City just seem to get away with it. But that's why I'm not reading anything into it. You know, like, at the end of the day, I'm not expecting Man City to get punished. So I expect them to have all the resources to compete for the title again. And I think they will compete for the title again. I think they got a wonderful team. They'll definitely get into the top two. But, and this is the first time I've done this in about 10 years with Arsenal, I think Arsenal will win the league this season. Would it surprise me if Man City won it? It wouldn't. Even though I think Arsenal will do it finally this season, it wouldn't surprise me, because Man City have got wonderful players. For me, they've got the best player in the world in Rodri. I said it last year. I said he was the best player in the world, and everyone came at me because they said, well, no, Haaland's the best or Mbappe's the best. And it's just, it saddens me that someone like Rodri isn't considered the best in the world when he is the most consistent. He's the only player in world football who, if you take him out, the team completely collapses. He is, Man City's glue is Rodri. He holds that entire team together. And I think with him there, anything's possible, because I think he's absolutely incredible. But I think Arsenal will just edge them to the league this season. But having said that, they've still got a wonderful team. Grealish has got a point to prove. He had a disappointing campaign, but City do this, you know. Certain players who you think are finished, they just have little spells where they come in and they carry the team for a couple of months, and then it's another player, and then it's another player. Will the form of Foden be a worry? No, because I think for Man City, he's in a very, very good system that suits him. I just think they've got a wonderful team, and I'm getting pretty sick to death of these 115 charges comments, because listen, we don't know. None of us actually know, and I think even though I'm sure there's a possibility that City have broken the rules, I think a lot of the hate that Man City get is jealousy. A lot of it is jealousy. Everyone wishes they had Man City's team, Man City's players. and it's that more than anything. But having said that, they could be guilty. Who knows? But let's respect one of the best teams we've ever seen. They're a fantastic team, and even though I don't think they'll drop off next year, I think they'll still be an amazing team. I think Arsenal will just edge them. And I actually would go as far as to say, if Arsenal don't edge them this season, I don't know if Arsenal will ever win the title. Because I think the longer we leave it, that the more doubts are going to be creeping in. And I feel like it's been going on for too long. We've been such a great team for too long. I feel like we have to do it this year. The pressure will be on. Man City, there'll be zero pressure because they've won it 4 times in a row. They've got nothing else to prove. Is the hunger going to be gone with Man City? Have they won too much? Are the players thinking, all right, we're motivated, but there's not enough on the line compared to with Arsenal, for example. So maybe that could be why City drop off. I don't know. But I'm predicting them to come second this season. If they win the title, though, none of us can be surprised because they're a wonderful team. And again, like I say, the Chargers topic, I'm so tired of it. They're a wonderful, wonderful team to watch. And it pains me because obviously I want Arsenal to win the league. But you can't help but appreciate this Man City team. They're a wonderful, wonderful group of players. The way they play football is astounding. And everyone is jealous of Man City. Let's be real. But is this the season they finally drop off? I can't answer that. I don't know. I can say what I think, but who knows if it will happen? Who knows? But that's my preview of Man City. Everyone thinking they're going to drop off. It's not going to happen. They're still going to be an amazing team, and all the other teams behind them have got a lot of catching up to do.